Hi, this is Humphrey from The All Show. Here today, sitting next to me, I have Andre Samuell. Let's welcome Andre Samuell to The All Show. Well, thank you for showing up.
Thanks for having me.
And I am so happy that you're taking this time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to The All Show and tell us about some exciting things that's happening with you. Well, let me just start off by saying this, that a lot of people may know Andre Samuell from his business called Chillin and Grillin'. So tell me, what inspired that name and how did that name come about for you?
Well, for years I've been cooking, doing parties with my family. My mother always had birthday parties, holiday parties, and we did all types of cooking. And I've been doing a lot of barbecuing for different people, and people used to order an extra slab of ribs when I cook so they could take it home.
Sounds good.
And cook it. They'd pay me for it and they would tell me, you need to open up your own place. And that sort of thing don't click in your mind till your mind says, let's do it. Finally I went and did it, and we've had a lot of parties in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, the Tri-County, and now it's taking me to another level.
Interesting. Well, you know what? Let me just say this. How did you start cooking? How did you go about the cooking phase?
All my life I've been cooking.
But what was it about cooking that you said, this is something that truly inspires me?
Love to eat.
Oh, you love to eat. Okay,
to eat.
you love to eat. Interesting. So who taught you cooking?
Coming up, my mother always had parties. I was the oldest son, and I had 5 siblings, and we always had parties, birthday parties, and we had holidays. Every holiday was a party, so I had to clean before the party, clean up after the party, and help her get stuff ready for the parties.
Wow, that's wonderful for you to have a mother who taught you all these beautiful things. Most of us, especially me, I don't even know a thing about cooking. Anyone who knows me well enough know that I don't really know that much about cooking, but it's always good to know that that's something that you took and you just embraced.
Definitely.
Wow, that's interesting. So what is it about cooking for other people that you enjoy so?
Seeing them smile and know it gets quiet when they're eating, you know that they like it.
And I have to say, everyone, that I have tasted some of his food and it is simply amazing. For sure, indeed. So let me just ask you this. You appear to be passionate about your work and your cooking. What is it about cooking that excites you, that ignites you when you're doing the cooking? What is it about it?
Well, it's a process. I usually season my meat, or any one of meats I do 3 days ahead of time, and I prepare that, and then I know what's coming next. I go and get all the stuff for the party, plates, what have you, for the amount of people that's going to be there. And then when I fire that grill up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, the neighbors are waking up, everybody's waking up. And once everybody eats, you see a smile on their face and they want more.
And you know what? Let me tell you, everybody, the name of his grill is called The Beast.
Right, the Beast.
So how did The Beast come about? Where did that name come from?
That's named after Obama's limousine when he was inaugurated as being president. It was bulletproof, and I said, I'm going to name my grill after that.
Interesting. Well, let me say this. And one thing, it's one thing to learn how to cook, Andres. Why is the cooking, I mean, because even when I talk to you personally, and let me just share this with the audience, that when I'm talking to you and you're saying that you're preparing certain things and you're going to season it up, like you just said, you season it up days ahead.
Right.
What is it about cooking? I mean, you talk about cooking like some people would talk about, I don't know, like going to, I don't know. Like,
well, when you put in there, when you season it all, and when I'm doing it, it's like what I love to do. And when you do something that you love to do, it's not a job. It's something that you're going to take with you forever.
And let me just say this, and let me say this to the audience as well, is because Andre Samuell, he has cooked for the masses. This is not a person who have just done little family get-togethers. He has cooked for some of everyone. Could you share some of the people that tasted your food?
Most parties are 100, 150 people for Jim Barry, Channel 4 News, at his home at Channel 4 News for the night shift. I've done parties for Memorial Day, Labor Day, 100, 150 people at parties. And I do catering. I don't have a restaurant. I like the low overhead, and they order the party, tell me how many people, they pick the food out, and it's there. I do a 15-pound snapper stuffed with real crab meat stuffing on the grill.
Oh my goodness. And let me tell you, folks, I have seen those pictures that he has, I call it like you're catching another man, because the fish is so huge and he has all the stuffing. And something else that I just tried recently was the seafood salad?
Seafood salad. Yeah.
Now that seafood salad, oh my goodness. And you know, sometimes you have what is called seafood salad, but then you have more of the other stuff and less seafood. Everything that you prepare, you have lots of seafood and there are lots of meat. Why is that so important to you, for you to have all of that? And it's great, by the way.
Well, it's the lumps. If you go to different places and you get like crab case, just a little bit of crab in it, so I'll make you have the taste. When you bite into it, you taste the shrimp, the crab, the lobster, anything that's in it, it's going to be big pieces of it. That way you have more meat than you have batter.
Oh, I love that. Now, this leads us into, this is a perfect segue, because now, currently, as you see that we have here, that he has now partnered up, management partner with Big Mama's barbecue, Smokehouse barbecue. Okay, so tell me, how did that happen for you?
Well, a buddy of mine that works with my partner JT, he sings with the band called Laid Back, and he wanted to borrow one of my grills. Okay. And I told him I was out of town, and I asked him why, because I didn't know he was into cooking, because he's always at my house eating the barbecue when I cook for parties. And he said he partnered up with a partner that has a barbecue chain restaurants called Big Mama's Smokehouse Barbecue. And I stopped by to see if they needed a chef to work in the back to help them. And he looked at my portfolio with all the pictures of my cooking, and he said, no, I can't hire you as a cook in the back. And my face just dropped, like, why? Looking at all of this? He said, no, I want you to be a partner in 2 of my stores and be in the management team.
Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. And who is the man's name? What's his name?
His name is
the
Mr.
owner.
Ken Stevenson.
Mr. Ken Stevenson. Oh my goodness. And let me just say this. Let me put out a plug just for Big Mama's Smokehouse Barbecue. I just had some catfish. What did I have? Some catfish. and some collard greens and some macaroni and cheese. And it was just, oh my goodness, delicious. What a great experience that was. So, in your opinion, Andres, what is going to make Big Mama's a huge success?
Oh, it's every ingredient in the menu that they have: the catfish, the ribs, the pulled pork, the beef brisket. Everything's done from scratch. Peach cobbling, macaroni and cheese is done from scratch. Nothing is brought in already cooked from somewhere else. We do everything on right at the store. Collard greens, everything from scratch.
So everything is from scratch. So let me say this to you, audience, is that at least when you are ordering your food from Big Mama's, it's not something that's just sitting in the back or something that was served the other day. You're getting fresh ingredients, fresh food, and hot, if I may add, and delicious, okay? And wrapping up, if we want to have the ultimate awe experience and with Big Mama's Smokehouse Barbecue, where would you recommend that they go?
Let me put my glasses on. It's 8910 North Military Trail in North Palm Beach, and the number is 561-626-1555.
And I have to add that this is the store that's going to be soon coming open very soon. Right now we don't have a date, but this is the store that Mr. Andre Samuel will be the management partner. So that's his location. So let me just end by saying that stay tuned for other updates with Big Mama's Smokehouse Barbecue. Andre Samuel, thank you for showing up here on the Oz Show, and thank you. And as I always end, to be bold, be inspirational, be true, be loved, be authentic, be you, and be all.